Happy New Year. Hope everyone has had a fantastic Christmas and New Year. And it's that kind of time where I think people kind of just lose track of days, lose track of what their focus and the goal is, and just let their hair down. And you're entitled to do that. I think that's absolutely fine to do it. And I do think that people need just that time to recalibrate and get themselves back on track. But it's currently Friday the 2nd of January, and back into full swing of it, back into work. I'm currently just planning, doing client programming, just currently getting back into the swing of the time, really. Trying to get back into making sure all clients are taken care of, that they program well throughout Christmas, but I do give them a bit of time off to just kind of let their hair down, and make sure they have good time with family and friends. But it is time to get back onto the full pelt of it. But it did kind of bring me into where I am currently with my TRT. So I'm actually due a blood test, and I'm not going to bore you too much with that. But I am due to book in for a blood test, which I think I really do need right now. I think my levels are out. If I'm going to be honest, I think my levels are a little bit off. My estrogen level when I had my last blood test was a little bit on the high side, but they were a bit more relaxed about it, because they said it was maybe due to the fact that my testosterone had increased quite quickly, and they weren't worried about it. But then when I've been doing a little bit of reading into it, I have found that I'm showing sort of symptoms of high estrogen levels, or slightly high estrogen levels. So I do want to get that checked. But I don't know if this will work. I'm going to try and do it. I'm going to record my screen so that I can put that in this video of how easy that is to do a retest, or to order a retest. So when you get the app, obviously it just gives you a real simple layout. It says order your retest, or your blood test, sorry. And then it gives me a whole option of a few days. And then some of them are quite far away. So let's have a look what we got. We got anything nearer to home? I've never seen anywhere I've had to go that far. Which isn't usually an issue. However, that is quite frustrating. They're so far away. Anyway, that's the way you go through it. I do not know whether I will be going that far out. I might have to look at booking one a little bit away. I mean, it's only 20 odd miles away, but it's just the inconvenience of it. However, you tap on it and then you pick just the time, and it's simple as that, and you get your confirmation. That'll be a proper full in-depth blood test, not a finger prick one, because I think now obviously part of being this part of the service with it there, it's all included. You can pay a little bit extra and have like a medical professional come to your house and they'll take the blood for you. Or if you know anyone that can do it, then you can do it yourself. But I prefer just to go to these places and get that done. So I'll get booked in and hopefully get that taken care of in the next couple of days. And then I'll update to let you know what my current bloods are like. But I do feel like I'm a little bit off. I don't feel like I'm firing on all my normal cylinders. I felt that like the last week. It might just be the sign of the times. It might be because it's been Christmas and New Year, and I'm just like everybody else. I just want to take a bit of time out. But I do feel, sleep is a bit more interrupted. Satiety is a little bit out there as well, so I'm not feeling like my normal self when it comes to eating. And then actually energy levels feel a little bit swayed, and that's maybe because sleep's not great, and maybe because the you know, the food intake hasn't been the same, but we'll soon see, and I will keep you all very posted. Again, thank you for everyone that gave me all the amazing comments and feedback in the previous videos last year. But you know, here's to 2026, and let's see what we can get done in the next couple of weeks, next couple of months, and over this year. Afternoon, everyone. It is currently January 15th, and I know I checked in earlier this month and I got booked in for bloods, and I had a bit of a chew on really with it because they were trying to send me to somewhere completely different. So, and I had actually booked the wrong date, so they let me change that over, and I got a clinic closer to home. But a little update is everything's feeling good in terms of energy. I know I said earlier in the video that I was a bit more tired and stuff. I think that was just the chaos of Christmas and being ill back end of December. So I feel like I'm back on track. Training is really, really good. Nutrition is stable, and I have checked in weight, and that's all pretty consistent. So I have got a few changes because apparently HCG is quite hard to come by. So if anyone is on TRT, HCG is apparently quite hard to come by, and I think you have to fit like a certain criteria in order to keep getting it, because I'm not in that criteria. I'm not trying to have children or anything like that. I've got 2 full-grown kids now. I'm not a priority, so I will no longer be getting HCG at the minute. Like, I still have enough left. I have enough left. I'm just coming to the end of 1 vial, and I've got another one to make up. So I've got plenty of it. But if I was to be renewing the HCG, I wouldn't get it because I'm not a priority, and that's cool. I'm not worried about that because like I say, I have plenty of it, and I'm not in a position where I want to carry on having children. So that's a little bit of an update there. Did have one instance the other week actually, and I know I've said this before, I've never really had any instances with injecting, bending needles, you know, drawing blood back on when you do a pull back and stuff. Absolutely fine. And then the other week I must have hit a blood vessel and I bled quite a lot off that. So I've been trying to make sure I'm a little bit more thorough when I come to do my TRT, because it's kind of put a little bit of a phobia into me now for some strange reason. I don't know why. It's fine now. I haven't had any more instances with it, but you know, it just plays on your mind. But one thing I have started doing this year, and I really just started doing it, and I thought it'd be kind of useful for this, is I have started to journal. It's just a simple journal, like, you know, 3 gratitudes, you know, a positive statement, and then 3 wins of the day. But I have put in there about my TRT and stuff, so it's going to be a good way for me to kind of keep a log of how things are going as well. Because whilst I'm doing these videos, that's for my record in the future, but also anyone that is interested in watching these, I am going to keep doing the videos, and I promise as the weather gets better and I get out more and do stuff and promote a lot more of the lifestyle things, I will record a lot more. But that's pretty much where I'm at. I haven't really had a lot because it's been January, so I've been getting clients back into the full swing of things. But yeah, that's where things are. Testosterone is pretty good. Blood tests have gone off today, so I should have results back early next week, which I will check in. We've got a weekend away this weekend, so I might actually record a few things there. But yes, I am now doing a few journaling entries every day to keep a log of things and kind of keep mind on track. And part of that is to record a lot more in terms of the YouTube diary side of things, because I have let it go a little bit, and I know I keep saying that throughout videos, and it's just a bit weird because I've never really done that like video diary thing, and I always think it looks cool. I always think it's really good for like to go back on, but I just find it's the last thing that's on my mind sometimes, is to actually pick up the camera and do it, because I'm kind of in that moment. So I will endeavour to do that. But just thought I'd give you guys a little bit, or remind myself of where we are with things. And again, I appreciate the patience and I appreciate the support. I have had a few new subscribers. So if you are a new subscriber, thank you for subscribing and welcome. I hope this series of videos really does help. And if you have any questions, by all means, please ping me a message or put a comment in the videos, and I will do my very best to answer them for you. I answer quicker than I upload, I promise. Thanks. Good morning. It's currently Tuesday the 20th of January, and I checked in last week after obviously a period of not being on here and recording anything, and I think I updated on getting my bloods done. And I had my bloods done last Thursday. Sent them off, obviously, as you do, and got the results back really quite quickly, actually. I got them back Monday morning, early Monday morning. So I thought I'd just check in and update on how that's all gone, because there has been quite a significant change to my TRT. There's a few things that I do need to highlight, because obviously there's some protocols that they normally like you to give, and I inject on a Wednesday and a Saturday, but I didn't get my test done until Thursday afternoon. And stupidly enough, maybe I'm not, I injected on Wednesday morning. I just routine, got up, coffee, injected my testosterone. And my testosterone levels now are through the roof. And I don't know if that's because I injected the day before. And I have done some research into it, and you get like obviously troughs and stuff. There might be some correlation to the fact that I injected the day before, so therefore my testosterone would be boosted up. I have a call this Thursday, which I'll update obviously afterwards of how that's gone. All the other numbers seem to be fine, so I'm not really concerned about it, but I've got a feeling that there's going to be some protocol brought into place, and it looks like I'll probably have to drop my dose. Still be doing twice a week, but instead of doing the current dose, I'll just obviously drop it by about 10% is what I'm predicting. Like I say, all the numbers are pretty good. I'm pretty much in the green with everything. I do need to get a blood draw, so I need to go and have blood taken, because my red blood count is a little on the high side. It's still kind of high normal, but it's there. But yeah, everything else seems to be pretty good. Prolactin is good. My thyroid is good. My testosterone levels are obviously high. Prostate, so the PSA, that's good. Everything seems to be all right. So I am thinking it is because I've taken the testosterone the Wednesday morning, and very little over about 36, well, not even 36 hours really, just over 24 hours, I went and got my bloods taken, and the numbers have come back quite high. I am going to have to obviously ask the question, because I take HCG now, I have enough left for one more vial, and then, like I said, I'm not a priority, so they're not going to provide me with any more. That might change as I get further down the line, because we just don't know what the shortage is like. But once the HCG runs out, then my body will then shut down, taking its own testosterone. So will the adjustment have to be made post that in mind? They might say stop taking it altogether. I'm not entirely sure. I might hold off on the HCG this week, because I don't want to make a new one up if they just say, well, it's pointless pointless using it, because you're not going to be using it again, and we need to adjust the dose to factor in that increase. As far as everything feels, I feel fine. I don't feel like anything's a cause for concern in terms of any side effects. So I don't have any sore nipples. I don't have any water retention. All the things they tell you to look out for if you are boosting your testosterone up, and then your estrogen starts to creep up as well, because obviously the more testosterone you produce, then the more estrogen your body's going to start developing, and I don't have any of the adverse effects of that. I would be interested to know if anyone has had this similar thing happen, where the bloods of, the blood testosterone has come back quite high, whether it just sort of stabilised itself back out after just adjusting the dose, or what. I'd be, grateful if anyone to speak about that. But I will keep everyone posted. I'll keep myself reminded to put the video on this week, and I'll get a login or a video update done on Thursday post the call. All the numbers are fine. I'm not worried about any of those numbers. Just my testosterone is it's gone. My last time I had a full blood count, it was at the top end of normal, so high normal. That's fine. It's now exceeded that quite significantly as well. I won't go too much into numbers, because again, it's irrelevant, because everyone's going to have different different numbers and things like that for different things. So, but just to kind of put it, it's like it's vastly more than what it was on the previous test. But I do think it's because I took the testosterone the day before, and then obviously like there's a half-life on this stuff. So if you're not aware of it, like you take it and you get like a half-life is 8 days. So as I inject it, I'm boosting loads of testosterone in, and then my body will naturally deplete that over the period. And I think that's where it is. I think the numbers are high because of that, and then it's just going to naturally sort of trough down over the time, and then obviously you take more to kind of stabilize it. So I'll speak to the doctor on Thursday about that. But that's the beauty of having a system like this. You know, people always say, oh, you can probably buy it off the web. And I probably can. I can probably buy testosterone off the internet for far less. Obviously, I don't know where it's coming from. And you could try and manage this all yourself. But without doing the blood tests and without using, the professionals to kind of help guide you through things, it's a gamble, isn't it, really? So it's worth it. This is why I strongly recommend, if anyone is, questioning their levels, please get a blood test done. It doesn't have to be through the company I've used. I can refer to a few other ones, or another one that I'm looking at using again for just cross-reference. It's not meaning I'm going to stop using the one I'm doing. A bit of a geek in me likes to know these things. But please, if you are looking at TRT or you're worried about your levels, go to a reputable place and get it done. Don't just buy some testosterone off the internet because someone in the gym or your mate's friend has been taking it and you think that you are going to be eligible for it, because not everyone is. So I'll keep you posted on Thursday. Thanks a lot, everyone, for any questions and support. I do really appreciate it. I say this all the time because I cannot stress it enough, but I will keep you posted. Just post-call now with the doctor, and all's fine, actually. I was a bit concerned about the numbers at first, as I should be, but went through a lot of these stuff with the doctor on the call, and we've discussed timings and all that sort of stuff. And the thought process is that it is just because I took my testosterone the day before. So it wasn't in a trough. It was kind of a peak test. If I am concerned, I've got to keep an eye out for any of the side effects, so like swelling of the face and neck, redness in the face, mood swings, and then obviously estrogen problems. So, sore nipples, water retention, all that sort of stuff. But I don't really have any of that. And I haven't broken out in any spots or anything, so I'm not really concerned about the testosterone levels being as high as they are. I do believe that they're probably starting to deplete down. I am going to be donating blood soon because my red blood count is a little on the high side, but everything else, as I spoke about, is absolutely fine. If I get concerned about anything though, they will send me another test out. I can do a finger prick test just to see how things are there, and then if that rings true, then they'll do another full blood count. But I don't really worry about it too much. They have said that obviously I've got my last vial of HCG, so I'll be making that up and I'll go through that. It lasts around about 3 months for me anyway, based on my dosage. And then they're looking at maybe deciding on whether I stay on HCG or we just go testosterone only. Because I'm not looking to have any more children or anything, that's not really an issue. There'd obviously be some physical or visual changes to me, but I mean that's not really a priority. Or maybe put me on something else, which again I've got a couple of months to decide that. But all's well. I'm going to end this video here. I apologise. It is pretty much just updates. But again, thank you very much for the support. Thank you very much for the comments, messages, and subscribing. If you have any questions about the stuff that I go through, by all means, just, drop me a message or comment below or private message me, and I'll be more than happy to go through them. And I'm open to suggestions. What would you like to see me bring into these videos? What would you like me to talk about, include? What aspects of TRT or even lifestyle and stuff would you like me to put in the video, if any? But again, appreciate it. Thank you very much for the support, and I will keep you posted if anything changes.